Another thing is schedule your content. For instance, the majority of the students, I mean, move across campus just 15 minutes before the hour. So 50 minutes before the hour and 5 minutes after the hour, what happens, I just show content pertaining to students and some of the information that they want to have and they need. For instance, the time. Are they going late to a class? Are they on time? Or what's the temperature? If they're going, if it's -40 outside, which is not rare in Calgary, well, they want to put on their coats. Also for staff communications, so another kind of message. Sometimes we like to have fun with our messages, but yeah, this doesn't happen at that period of time. It happens the other part of the hour, in the other 40 minutes. Why? Because the students are already in their classroom, so the staff is the one that actually take the elevators, because now you can actually fit in the elevator and don't be hit by a dozen backpacks. Courses and programs, this has another different schedule. At night, for instance, it's the people when coming from other places to take continuing education courses. So we target these people by sending, you know, our programs at night. So it's important, and it's good that digital signage allow us to schedule different content at different times. Sometimes we have visitors coming to campus, right? So, okay, we want to welcome them. So there's a time for that as well. Location is specific. In this is example from the wellness center or recreation center now that they call it. So they have control on the left part of the screen. So they show their programs, a yoga program, their soccer program, their badminton tournaments, or their pilates, or any kind of program that they have in the recreation center. The top part on that end is athletics information. Huh? Jaywalking, you should not cross the street in the middle of the street, so you have to go to a corner. Anyways, so yeah, Trojan Sports is portrayed on the top corner, and then the campus-wide look. This is just an example of one of the screens we have, you know, relating to health and public safety, jaywalking. Well, and another example from the School of Energy. They have a cluster of 4 screens, and on the left, this top left screen, so it's the campus-wide content, and on the other 3, they control their own content. Sometimes they're not very proactive, so the same content sits there, but at least the one I've taken care of, that corner, is always updated. More examples of the content that we show. And here's one thing, and this is a fight that I have all the time with the marketing department, because they set up the branding standards, and they're always telling me, why don't you follow branding standards on your screens? And the reason is that because people will stop looking. In everything, we're using safe branding standards, a white background with black text, it becomes boring. So, I mean, I think for digital signage, you have to give your signs a familiar look, but you have to make sure that people actually are watching and understanding the message. So that's why I deviate a little bit from branding standards, or not a little bit, but a lot, because I want every screen to attract people's attention. And it seems to be working, as you will see soon. More screen samples of what we have on campus, even public service announcement, check your smoke detectors, things like that. As you can see, safety is a big issue around our campus. We also showcase live events. A couple of weeks ago, we had a $15 million donation by an individual. And of course, we want to live broadcast those events. So for people that cannot attend to the actual event, so they can sit on remote locations, or even we stream those on the web. Other contents, of course, is time, weather, news, yeah, more safety messages. Does it work? I think it does. We have won a couple of awards. We actually were considered a best practice institution when it comes to digital signage. So now people are actually coming to see us. So a couple of awards that we have won. We have been featured in some publications. I have provided consultations to people in Australia, in Canada, all over, in the US as well. Okay, how do we measure? How do we know it's working? Well, the easiest way, I mean, because we still don't have any automatic mechanism, like let's say tracking devices or gesture tracking or things like that. So we apply a survey to our students and our content contributors. I try to do this every couple of years. That's why you see the data I'm going to show you is from 2009. The reason is because most of our programs are actually 2-year diplomas. So I want to have fresh eyes every time I apply a survey. So it happened in 2007, just 4 months after we launched the system, and then in April 2009. And this is very important. I like to measure this way. The bottom of the pyramid would be service and logistics. So how are we managing? Is the network efficient? You know, in the technical part, is the way the content contributors are sending me the content and the posting, is it working for them? That's important, but it's not what digital signage is all about. That's just the technical and the boxes and the wires. Understanding is even more important. Understanding means that, okay, the message that I'm sending there, is it clear to the people? And I'm going to show you a couple of examples where it wasn't. Is it clear? Are they getting the message? But most important of all is whether we're altering behavior. Whether that people, after reading the message, actually is going to do something else with that message. I mean, are they attending an information session? Are they, I don't know, are they calling to find out more about a program? That's what makes your system successful. I mean, it's easy to achieve. I mean, you hire an integrator, they will hang up a bunch of screens, and they will actually make it work for you. Understanding, well, it takes a little bit more consideration and creativity to make the message clear to people. But behavior, altering that behavior is what is really important. And that's what you'd want to achieve. So the object of that survey is to see the impact of SafeView, the viewership of SafeView, and how to improve. Okay, so we know that what we do is working, but we can do it better. So that's what we want. We're launching these surveys every now and then. So brand recognition, the name SafeView, the simple question was, well, when I say SafeView, what is it SafeView for you? Okay, so 59% say in 2009 recognized the name SafeView. So they thought, oh, the screen over there is SafeView. No, 4 months after installation was 2007. Before the install, well, SafeView didn't exist. So, I mean, it's only about SafeView. SafeView is our channel. Oh, the Polytechnic, no, that's a marketing study. That's totally different. It has nothing to do, because those studies speak to the outside, not internally. Okay, and honestly, these numbers are great. I don't think Coca-Cola has these numbers. Of course, the universe is different, but still. This is super important for me. When I ask the question, which messages do you recall seeing on SafeView? Well, this is very important. I wish this was above, because it's all about student. 79% said student help resources, and we're there for information. So I wish that was higher, but 79% is great. So we're very pleased with those results. And you can see other things that they recall seeing in order of importance. How would you rate SafeView as a source of information? It's excellent and very good. This is from the 2009. So it's working on that end as well. Compared to other sources of information, I mean, email, it could be email, posters, pamphlets, or even approaching an instructor or somebody for assistance. So how would you rate SafeView? Well, the results say most of them better than most, which is very good for us. 2009 dropped a little bit, and that's why I put an exclamation point. The reason, I'm pretty sure why it is, the reason is because we didn't apply the survey at the same time of the school year. So the first, in 2007, we applied just 4 months after we launched. And 4 months, it was applied in October, so just 1 month into the school year. So the students are always looking for information, where to get information from. Unfortunately, in 2009, we applied the survey just one month before the school year ended. So the students could care less. They just wanted to go on holidays. They could care less about SAID anymore. So that's why, I mean, if next time, I think we have to be consistent on the time of the year when we apply such survey. Another very interesting fact. 64% of people indicates it's a habit to obtain their information from digital signage. And this is even more important. 46% students living in residence watch SafeView more than once a week on their TVs. And this is important. Why? Because in order to get that information, they have to tune in into channel 4. So we have SafeView tied into the cable system. So they tune into channel 4 and they get the same content as they were watching all over the place on campus. But I mean, for me to hear that 46% of people actually, sometimes they switch into channel 4 to see what we do, it's great, honestly. More information. The information on SafeView, is it relevant, very relevant? Well, I think it is. It shows that they consider it that way. This is a little bit different. We're on this bottom place now. This is a part of a contributor survey. Logistics again, and just I wanted to, we're over? Speed it up. We have, okay. This is the main part. Okay. Information prompt you to take action. This is behavior. 20%, I thought it was very low. However, considering the click-through ratio for online applications, which is only 1%, direct mail address, not address, only 1%, and address is 7 to 9%, 20%, I think it's great numbers. It's great numbers. 1 out of 5 actually is doing something with that information they're perceiving. Same thing, more results. Oh, this is the one, this is important. Test your content. This screen it's quite funny because I put this screen together because there was a mumps outbreak at school, and I put the chipmunk. Why? Because mumps. Okay, you get your big chicks. So I went down and tested with students, and students question, well, I don't get it. I mean, so if I pet the chipmunk, I'll get the mumps. Something wasn't right, so I decided to change. Another factor now. Free for students. It's important. I mean, if it wasn't free, probably wouldn't show up. So the results, over 4,500 students were vaccinated. Another funny thing, this character I developed for a fundraising campaign. Before, you know, tickets would sell, not sell. But after I developed this character, so the tickets start selling. So then we use the character on our website, on our email signatures, everywhere. And the tickets sold in record time. Another one, and this is so cool. So we had an opening of a residence back in October 2008. It was an 8th of October. The temperature was probably, we prepared to feed the students that would show up and the people and our guests. Okay, so we bought, I don't know, 1,200 hot dogs to feed them. It was a very cold morning, probably minus 15 in October. Nobody showed up, so we were left with 1,200 hot dogs. So I just flip of a sign, free hot dogs now. Half an hour later, all the dogs were gone. All the students showed up and they were gone. Manage grow on your digital signage system. I think it's, you have to be responsible. Your goals and your vision must be present at all times, just lights. Okay, so yeah, this is a funny one. Because we try to ask the question, well, what would you like to see on your students' network? Sometimes the students are funny, and I cannot please them, because this is one of the response I got. Girls on trampolines. They wanted to see girls on trampolines. Of course, it's something I cannot show on our network. Network expansion. So this is our next step. This will happen this coming December. So we'll replace that with a cluster of screens. So I designed that with some industrial cables, since we're a trades and technology school, so we're going to use those steel cables. Another interactive, or we'll replace this board with an interactive touch panel. That's another thing's happening in the near future. And the new building, SAIT is going through major renovations now. We will have a big school of trades and technology, so everything will have digital signage, and it's being considered from the steps from the architectural plans as well. Wayfinding and external facing signage is next step. We've just been approved by the city to post a massive external signage as well. And thank you.
Thank you.